Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 71369, Bowser's Castle Boss Battle Expansion set from the LEGO Super Mario theme. This set contains 1,010 pieces, 4 buildable characters, and retails for $99.99 in the US. This set was sent to me by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Master Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. So here is the Bowser's Castle Boss Battle Expansion set, and this is one of the few LEGO Super Mario sets where I feel like it works even without the actual LEGO Super Mario figure. Obviously, all these sets are designed around this figure and to be played with this game. And while this is definitely designed in that same way, just like the rest of the sets, it still works on its own, because it still has a pretty significant build and still looks good on a shelf, which is something you can't say for most LEGO Super Mario sets. Everything's also a little bit more together. There's definitely a distinct big section in the middle, and then the entire castle just feels very complete. However, it's still made of distinct different sections, just like every other LEGO Super Mario set, so I'm going to take you through each one. And just like the rest of the sets, these can all be rearranged. I think this orientation makes the most sense, but if you want to change it up, you can. So starting at the very front, this is probably the least interesting part of this entire set. We have this little platform right here for the lava bubble. Very simple gameplay with this one. You just push down right here on this black part, and the lava bubble flies off. So if you have LEGO Mario Luigi, you could just step on that part. And once the lava bubble's flown off, you could step on it, and you earn a coin. The section behind that has this little black platform right here with these green spikes on the side. This is just sort of a starting platform to have Mario Luigi stand on. And there's also two orange fire spires out the side. These are really interesting parts, like these tendril pieces. I feel like these have come in a Monkey Kid set before, but they're still a really cool color and a really cool part. And they fit really well here. I've never seen LEGO do fire like this, but it's surprisingly effective and fits like the whole cartoony feel of LEGO Super Mario. And as you'll see, it's the same color used for lava falls and other parts of the build. Speaking of which, behind that we have two stone brick walls as well as two pillars with these flowing lava bits coming out. These pillars are exactly identical, they just have this little window in the middle and this platform at the top. And Mario and Luigi can fit on these platforms, so this is just another place to stand them if you want. Just like everything else, these can be removed so you can take the pillars off individually, as well as each of the walls. Then we get to the center, which has the main play feature of the set, but I don't want to look at that yet. First, let's take a look at the side sections because they're a little less interesting. We'll save the biggest and the most important part of this set for last. Starting on the left side, we have this larger castle pillar. Once again, we have flowing lava coming out of the bottom. But this time we have a platform on this side as well as Boo over here. And then in the center, we have this pillar with these spikes coming out, as well as this flag at the top with Bowser's symbol on it. This entire thing can be spun both this top pillar and this platform over here. But when you spin it, the two parts move at different speeds, so Boo moves with the tower, but the platform's at a different speed. So you can see after moving the bottom section 306 degrees, Boo's back here instead of being back right here. It just makes for a very interesting toy, like it's completely different every single time you spin it around. And after you spin it a few times, he'll get back to his original position. So when it comes to play, you put LEGO Luigi on this platform right here. And you have to balance him without him falling off because there's no studs connected to that platform. And you have to make sure Boo doesn't hit him either. Because if you spin it enough, he will get knocked over by Boo. And there you go, now it's out of the game. You'll also notice you can hear Boo making noises while Luigi's on this platform, which is pretty cool. See, like that right there. That's actually really cool. Because very similar spinning platforms have come in other sets before, but they don't have any unique audio. But I guess this one just has a slightly different QR code so it knows that Boo is right here. That's actually very, very fun. It makes this entire set feel a lot more immersive. I love that. But anyway, you can spin Luigi on that to earn coins, but you can also just come up here and step on Boo. And that will actually scare Luigi. Very unique interaction. That's another thing. I haven't seen any other characters in LEGO Super Mario do that, so that's super cool. Boo himself is also connected right here with a clip, and he can be moved up or down if you want. This entire upper spire section can also be removed if you like. Pops off very easily, so you can move this to another part of the build or just take it off entirely. But Boo himself in this platform right here is still stuck on. On the other side, you have a very similar build. The play feature on this side is not as fun, but still kind of interesting. But yeah, you have that same removable spire at the top. And then the base of the build is very similar as well. There's lava flowing out, as well as an open window around the sides. But the play feature here, you have these two platforms that slide ever so slightly. And I believe what you're supposed to do is put an enemy on this side and have LEGO Luigi on this side. And you can see with the enemy over there, it's sort of weighted to one side. So if you have Luigi come over to this side, you can just knock him off. Or if you want, you can do that the other way around. And then that brings us to the center where Bowser himself stands. You have this large statue of Bowser in the back, which looks super good. It's all one color, but they use so many differently shaped pieces to create the shape of Bowser's face, and I think they did it perfectly. He's got the horns coming out of the side, the little spikes at the top of his head. I love how the eyebrows are slanted and everything. And even the hands and claws look good. You can see he's got these little spikes right here around his wrists. And then two clawed fingers as well as a clawed thumb. And of course, in front of the statue stands actual Bowser. So with the gameplay, you have LEGO Mario or Luigi stand at the very back right here, and then you have to have them move up to either this side or that side. When you get here, you have to stop hard on this wooden platform right here to move up the arm. You have to hit it with quite a bit of force. There we go, that time I got it. And then it reveals a special block underneath. On this side, you have a question mark block. And of course, that gives you a random power-up. And then if you come to the other side, on this side there's a timer block, which gives you an extra 30 seconds to your timer. I don't have Luigi on a timer right now, but if you were playing in a timed mode, this would add 30 seconds to whatever was remaining on your timer. So that's actually really useful to have, both in the context of this course, or if you're making your own courses, that's just a really useful part. But once you've done that, you may notice the little platform that Bowser's on actually tilts down a little bit. And that means he's able to slide off now. So you bring LEGO Mario Luigi back here to this black platform, starts playing this music, and then you spin him. You spin him back and forth over and over again to make Bowser fall off. This may take a little while, it's a bit finicky. Bowser slowly moves down the platform the more you do it. And what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to be able to get Bowser to move all the way to the very edge and then he's going to fall over. However, unfortunately, I've noticed he does get caught up instead. This doesn't always happen. Sometimes I get him to move all the way to the edge, but a lot of times he gets stuck right here and I just really can't do anything with him. There we go. Finally. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that was a demonstration of what was supposed to happen. I'm not sure what I'm going to edit that down to, but that was probably a good 5-10 minutes of me just trying to figure out how to get this guy to knock over. Because it's very particular. He doesn't slide all the way down all the time, and then even if you get him all the way down, sometimes he just refuses to fall over. I think the solution is to have one arm up and one arm down so that he's a little bit imbalanced. Because when you have him like equally balanced, it's just tough to knock Bowser over. Which is unfortunate, because this is a really fun play feature in theory. It just doesn't work that well in execution. My hand hurts, man. Like, I was spinning Luigi a lot. Anyway, once you finally knock Bowser over, you could stomp on his back. It takes a whole bunch of stops, but you get a whole bunch of coins, and you can hear Bowser's growl at the very end there. But anyway, yeah, there's the play feature with that. As I said, I haven't gotten to work like completely consistently with me. It was very difficult for me to actually get it done. It may be an issue with me. I may not have something like pushed down all the way, or I may not be on a completely flat surface. But still, I don't know. I feel like it should be a little more consistent than I have it here. But regardless, if it worked correctly, this would be a very fun play feature, and I like the build surrounding it. Now that we have Bowser removed, we can take a closer look at a few things. Here's the bridge that he stands on. With the statue's arms up, you can see it's slanted down, but if we put them back down, it slowly moves back up. This entire thing's operated by a Technic mechanism in the back, and then the back of the statue's head is also open for some reason, so that's just an interesting observation. But yeah, that's about it for this section of the build. As a whole, very pretty, definitely one of the best looking display pieces from LEGO Super Mario. In terms of play, really great play if you get it to work correctly, but if you don't get it to work correctly, it's really obnoxious. But I do like the two gameplay blocks. The question mark block's always nice to get, and the timer is actually really useful for custom courses. So as a whole, I am satisfied with this. I just wish it worked a little more consistently. But it's not a huge deal. Now, taking a look at Bowser himself up a little closer, this guy's probably the main draw of this set for a lot of people, definitely the main draw of this set for me. But Bowser is really, really good looking. I especially like the shaping on the face. I think it's fantastic. The printed eyes, printed nose, and printed mouth are perfectly used. They perfectly blend like printed parts and actual LEGO parts together. One of my favorite parts is the eyebrows too. I think it perfectly captures like Bowser's overall look. They use these tooth pieces on the side and tan as well to represent his horns. But then his body's actually very, very tiny, which I think is an interesting choice. I don't think it looks bad, but it's definitely not like accurate in universe. He's got this large shell piece too, these tiny little legs that don't move at all, and then his arms are on ball joints. You can move them up and down, side to side. And I do think they affect how easy it is to knock him over, so you may want to move these around if you want to distribute weight a little bit differently when knocking him over. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to say on this guy. The face shaping is absolutely perfect, and the rest of him is pretty good too. I really like the color choices. As I said, the scale is a little bit odd. His body is definitely very small compared to his head, but it kind of fits the entire art style of LEGO Super Mario, and I think it's pretty good. Now, moving on, here are two of the other buildable characters in this set. We have a Lava Bubble and we have Boo. Lava Bubble comes in, I think, 3 sets total, this being one of them. So he's one of the rarer LEGO Super Mario characters, and I think he's really good looking. Very simple, obviously, just 2 printed black eyes, and then he's just got a bunch of trans orange around him, but he looks super good. He's got the QR code on the back to defeat him, and he fits the entire aesthetic of Bowser's Castle really well. I feel like this set definitely would have worked even if you didn't include him, but he's a really nice inclusion, and I really like him. And then Boo is awesome. I believe this version of Boo is exclusive to this set. You do get other Boos in other sets, but this is the iconic version of Boo, and he only comes in this set, so this is an awesome one to get. And yeah, he's fantastic. Printed eyes, printed mouth, 2 separate parts, and it's just Boo's iconic look. He's got his 2 little arms up the side, which are made just using cheese slopes, and then a little clip out the back to attach him to the build, though you can remove that if you want, and just replace that with a normal brick. And of course, he has a QR code on the top of his head. I think these two are both pretty good. The Boo especially is an awesome figure to get. I really hope he comes in more sets because I'd love to get more of this guy. But the Lava Bubble is also a really cool one. And then we have Dry Bones, who, just like Boo, is exclusive to this set, and this is a fantastic figure. He uses the same build as the Koopas, because obviously he's a skeletal Koopa, but he just looks fantastic. He's got a printed torso, printed nose, printed mouth, printed eyes, but all the pieces to make up the face look fantastic. I love the expression on his face. And this like bright light blue color, I forget the exact LEGO color name for this, but it's just a really cool part, and it fits him perfectly here. It gives him a very ghostly feel. You can see he's got an entirely white head, and then his body is tan. And then around the back he has a gray shell with a QR code on the back. I don't think I showed this one off, but if you stomp on it, you just get a few coins. That's a really fun noise that it makes. But yeah, this guy's another one of my favorite parts of this set, just like Bowser. Super cool inclusion, iconic Mario character, and just super, super well done. One of my favorite ones. Really, really happy to get him here. So overall, would I recommend this set? I'm a bit mixed on this one. I do definitely very much like it. It's one of the best Super Mario sets I own. But it is $100, and there is another $100 Super Mario set which I'll be covering on the channel a little bit, and I think that one might be better. Bowser and Boo and Dry Bones are great figures, but they're pretty much the main reasons to get this set. The build, while it's good and looks nice on the shelf, isn't spectacular, and some of the play features do feel a little bit underwhelming for $100. I wish the Bowser play feature was a little more consistent, and while the Boo play feature is fun, the Dry Bones one is pretty much nothing. So yeah, for the price they're charging you, I just wish there was more here. But as a whole, I'm happy I have this one. It's definitely going to look nice on my shelf, and it's for sure one of the prettier LEGO Super Mario sets. So I'd say if you're a super big fan of the LEGO Super Mario system and you actually like playing the LEGO Super Mario game, I'd say yeah, sure, you should probably get this one. But it's not a must-have. Hopefully Bowser, Dry Bones, and Boo will come in more sets in the future, and if they do, there's really not much reason to get this one, because it's just okay. Happy I have it, but it's for sure flawed, and I just wish there was more to it. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.